we're getting ready to head out again. Hope you will come along for the ride. Gonna go a little bit different route this time. Those of you may not be familiar with 185 South out of Sullivan. That's going to be our main trek for the day. Not going to take a very long ride, but we'll kind of an overcast day today. There were predictions of pretty strong winds coming in this evening, so I thought if I was going to take a ride, I'd better do it before all that mess comes in. But this road, 185 South, goes by the state park, and if you've never been there, it's a beautiful place, really peaceful. In fact, I may just go ahead and take a tour up through there, show you what that's like, and we'll go from there. Again, I've got the one camera on my left handlebar, and then one on my helmet around the chin area. Hopefully that'll give you a good ride today. And again, it's overcast. It's kind of a little on the chilly side. I'm wearing my jacket today. Because once you get, it feels okay when you're sitting still, but once you get going, it gets pretty chilly. So we're gonna go around and just kind of have a little bit of a trip, not very long, but enough of a trip to you can see what it's like to be on the motorcycle. This is episode 2 of three-wheeled riding, and you see there we're on 185 South. Could go to Potosi today, but I don't think I'm going to go that far. Although they're not predicting the rain to come in till later on this evening, I don't have my rain gear with me, so I'm not gonna take a chance on that. So not long ago, I think maybe 4 years ago, they redid all of this road going down to the park, and made it a lot better. They widened it on the left side as you're going down, not leveled it out, but widened it out. It was pretty narrow down then through here. It didn't give you, if you have big RVs on the road, doesn't give you much room to get over. So I was thinking last night about all the remodeling we've had to do at our house. It's been Merrimack State Park. So from here on, we're in Merrimack State Park. Over here on the right. What I think I'll do is I'll just take a ride and go into the park there for a while and tour around there. But last year, I shouldn't say last year, it was this year actually. Back in January, we started seeing some interesting things happening with where the roof of our family room, the ceiling, as well as the wall was separating where the two joined together, and we started noticing that, and I thought it was what's called truss uplift. Started looking online to see what was going on. And I realized really quick that this was beyond my skill set. I tried to do a couple things, but nothing really seemed to make any difference. And so we called in a foundation recovery team, and they came in and did an assessment, and it was a lot worse than what we had originally thought it was. So they came in and just literally gutted the floor, and that's when our bedroom and family room are separated by, you know, a wall. Oh, I don't guess we're going to get to go in here. Okay, well, so much for that, huh? I guess we'll have to turn around here. We'll go the other way. But anyway, so they came in and they started in March. We had to move all of our furniture, bedroom and family room furniture. We had to move it all out of those two rooms. And I had to shut down my business for a month, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. I don't know if any of you have ever tried to do any kind of remodeling when you're actually living in your house at the same time, but it was not any fun at all. So it took about, you know, actually their time there was about a week, because it got every one of the floor joists had rotted out because of the way our contractor back 29 years ago had configured things. All the floor joists had rotted out, and so they had to replace all of that, and then put down the subfloor, and then we had to have new flooring because the carpet that we had in there, of course, we had to rip it up. But it was a disaster. But all of that's done now. Got it done. It finished up the putting the flooring in. We put in hardwood floor, and got that finished up in April, I guess. And then had a month there or so where things were kind of peaceful, and and then as I stated in my last episode, then everything just kind of hit the fan. I'm gonna just go in here and turn around and just get back on 185 south, and looks like these people here are doing some looking around. And probably shouldn't have come down here. This is just not working out very good. I may have to edit all of this out. I don't know. It's just not doing too good. Not making for a good ride here. But anyway, this is definitely the off season for the park. But yeah, that was a pretty intense kind of thing. What they found once they started peeling back the subfloor, it was just a disaster. It was a disaster. but we got it fixed, and everything's good now. Enjoying the new flooring and way we got things set up now. So I don't know if any of you have ever been to Merrimack State Park. It's really pretty. It's beautiful in spring. Right over here to the left is a pavilion area. A lot of people in the spring and summer, they do family reunions, and using that as a gathering place for family reunions. It's really a nice park. So we'll get back on 185 and go south again. And I thought I'd take you through there and just at least show you the park and some of the good things there. And a lot of camp. They've got a really nice gathering place, meeting place on farther up where we, if you remember where we were closed off there, couldn't go any further. On up that road is a really nice indoor heated, air-conditioned building where a lot of families and receptions and things like that take place there. It's really nice. Okay, so here we are back 185, and like somebody tried to do a turnaround here. Okay, so we're back on 185 South. It goes all the way into Potosi, but I don't know that I'm going to go that far today. Just kind of out tooling around, getting some miles on the bike. Shared with you in the last episode, this is a brand new 2022 and Tri-Glide, and we had to there's a required, well, not required, but you're supposed to do a 500-mile break-in, and I'm trying to get as many miles in as I can before colder weather hits. Hopefully it won't be too cold, and I can definitely get some more rides in. But if you've never been down 185 South, it's a beautiful drive, particularly in the spring when the trees and flowers and everything start budding out. It's just a beautiful ride. Over here on the right, you can see kind of through the trees there, it's just kind of a pretty outlook, kind of like down in the valley and all that kind of stuff. This road, it is twisty and windy. Trikes they don't really like twisty, windy roads. You have to do a lot of upper body kind of movement. You don't, of course, on a trike you don't lean like you do on a two-wheeler. So you just, you gotta almost, well, I want to say manhandle it. Harley's made it kind of easy. It's not like power steering or anything, but they've made it easier. A lot of people are express kind of concern riding a trike that it'll tip over and that kind of stuff, and they've made it to where the front fork is stabilized to where there's not, I mean, you can only turn it so far, and where it's a safety measure where you won't accidentally tip over or something. Back in 2007, bought a Suzuki Boulevard. That was my first motorcycle since I was a kid. My first one as an adult, and it was a good bike. It really was. But that was kind of my reintroduction to motorcycles, and I had it, oh golly, a year or two, I guess, and then we switched over to Harley, and I've been with Harley ever since. Just a real good bike, and there you see the road sign says that Potosi is 28 miles. But anyway, that started me on my journey with Harley, and I've loved it ever since. This bike has a little bit more power than the 2013 we had. That sun's trying to pop out a little bit. Well, you know, like I said, I'm not going to go too far today. Just a little. I just wanted to get out just a little bit and see some of the countryside. Those of you maybe not been down 185 before, this is 185 south out of Sullivan, and we just left the Merrimack State Park and headed south, and pretty nice area out here. I think I shared with you last episode that I didn't really care for fall, and I don't. I really don't care for fall. Springtime is my favorite time of the year, but this has been unusual for this part of the country, this warm weather like this. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit back for a minute and just let you enjoy the ride here. So I was talking about the weather a minute ago, and wonder what you think. Are we going to have a harsh winter where you have a lot of snow and ice and all that kind of junk, or do you think it's going to be kind of a mild winter? I'm thinking it's going to be mild. I don't know, but you can leave any comments in the comment section and tell me what you think. Do you think it's going to be a harsh winter where we have a lot of snow and ice, just awful weather, or do you think it's going to be kind of mild? It's going to be cold. I mean, winter's supposed to be cold, right? But and I can handle the cold all right, but the snow and ice, just, I don't know, it's not very much fun. Pretty soon I'm going to have to, put the bike up and let winter happen, and then around the latter part of March into April, maybe start riding again. But we'll see. Hopefully I can get a few more rides in like this before winter hits. So we'll see what happens. You don't see very many houses out in here. This is mainly a farm area, but there's not very many houses out in here. Not until you get maybe down to closer to Potosi. But anyway, there, it's just awful hilly out here. It'd be hard to farm it, I would think, or even have cattle on it, but we'll see. If you look off, well, you can't see it, but if you look off to the right, my right, as we're traveling, I mean, the clouds are a little darker. So what I may do here is kind of pull off and start heading home. Been a 15-20 minute ride, I think. So we'll try to find a nice place to pull off, turn around, and go back, and give you a look at the other direction as soon as I can find a decent place, which is hard to find out here. It's hard to find. A little windy. It's hard to see it, you know, because the trees are lost most, if not all of their leaves. But I can feel it on my helmet every once in a while. That it kind of jerks my helmet a little bit. You can see on the road how the leaves, even before I get to the spot, you know, the leaves are moving around. That wind's, you know, it's not, it's not deterring my ride, but you have to contend with it. That's the thing about motorcycle riding, you know, you have to, if you're going to do it, you have to contend with a lot of different weather. I know when Val and I take long trips, particularly if we go out west, you have to dress for every kind of weather. You have to dress for weather that where the temperature is 90 or above, and then you have to dress for 20-degree weather. You have to dress for rain. Put the turn around right there. You have to dress for rain. You have to dress. Be sure you have your rain gear. So you have to, this time of year particularly, you dress in layers. As it gets warmer during the course of the day, then you could peel off a layer and so on and so forth. It took me a while to learn that. It's one thing to be told that. It's another thing to experience it. It's pretty bumpy through here. Yeah, it's one thing to be told, hey, you need to take several layers of clothes, and then to experience it. So it's not like when you pack a suitcase and you're going on a trip in your car. We have very limited space for packing stuff, so you got to be really aware and really cognizant of what you're packing, what you need, so on and so forth. Haven't seen very many cars here at all. course, this is a weekday, so, and anybody that would be doing any camping, anything like that, it's probably getting over. But you know, today is supposed to be up in the 70s. I think tomorrow close to 80, which is, I don't know, it makes for interesting kind of weather. You know, this late in the year, having those kind of temperatures. See what I mean by this being a twisty road. Everything I do is upper body. Coming up on some old railroad tracks here. You can tell they're not being used because they paved over it. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to bring this episode to a close, and hope you join me for the next episode. So we'll go riding again, and hope you go with us. Thanks a lot for watching.